Hey YouTube, it's Fuego. Welcome back to episode number 2 of the Truly Minecraft series, where we are entirely underground in an endless world of stone and stone related things, I guess. Since the last episode, I've pretty much done what I said, where I'm just going to start digging this tunnel out wider to where it's 3 blocks wide. This will give us enough space that when I get decorational blocks and decide to make this a bit more unique looking of a tunnel, we'll have plenty of space to do that. I haven't found any additional ores or anything, which is pretty unfortunate. I'm actually used the last of my iron to make one more iron pickaxe, so hopefully we'll be able to find some more of that before too long. Goals for today, I want to get a proper area set up for agriculture, so that's going to be where I have our wheat field growing, and then we've got a bit of a surprise that grew on one of our trees in the little tree room that I had dug out last time. So I'm going to finish up getting this tunnel dug out, which I think there's just this one more stretch here that I want to do, and then I will meet you guys back up top to start working on that stuff. Well, I got down to the bottom of that, but I see something special right up there. That is our first mob spawn, period, of this entire world. Now, it's unfortunate that's a creeper, and I don't have any sort of range here, so let's see if I can successfully kill this without blowing any of my tracks up. Oh, now he sees me. Let's see, we're gonna hit and scoot back. And then hit and scoot back. There we go. It's a little bit crazy that we have yet to see any other mobs spawn, but maybe we'll get lucky and there will be a cow or something up top. I'm assuming that was the dark spot there that it spawned in. But I can show you guys the other special thing that happened in the meantime. Thank you, spooky cave noises. So we had a tree grow in here, and we got a beehive out of it. Now this is really cool because that gives us, one, another source of food. Once we get glass bottles, we can drink honey, which, I'll be honest, I don't plan on doing that. But it also, more importantly, gives us a new decorational block type by using the beeswax to make honeycomb blocks. Now, let's see. I have shears already. I need to make a campfire. And that should allow us to shear it. What am I missing here? Is it sticks? Sticks. So once I get some honeycomb from shearing it, I should be able to make a new hive if I get 3. Cool. Because the problem is I can't pick this up and I can't move it with a piston or anything. So I can't use silk touch to break it. So I need to make a new hive to relocate the bees to in order to not have that right in the way of our tree farm. So now, how do I want to do this? I guess we'll have to wait for the bees to come out, but basically I'm gonna, once the bees are out, I'll breed them, we'll get some new bees into this hive, and then we'll place this hive into the like ag room that we're gonna be making in here. And in the meantime, it's fine that we don't have any other trees growing. We've got a whole stack of logs and not much use for them for right now. So basically, I'm going to be taking this room here. I'm gonna change up the shape a bit, but actually I kind of like the idea of leaving the natural shape of this room from how we dug it out when we got all of our sand from here. So I think what I'm gonna do is or not sand, but gravel. So I'm gonna dig this out a bit more I'm probably gonna have to make myself a stone pickaxe, which is unfortunate. And hopefully we'll find some more iron or more gravel in the meantime while we do so. And we'll save up all of our wheat seeds so that way we can plant a good amount of wheat and have a stable food source once we're done. Of course, it's always the second I stop recording, but I broke 2 pieces of stone and immediately found some iron, so I guess I'll be able to make a couple more pickaxes. That's just the luck of how these things go. Alright, I pretty much just dug out the entryway to match this 3x3 that everything else has. Went and got some more gravel from down in our mines to make some more dirt. And now we're going to get our garden placed up here. And first thing is we're going to replace our bucket of water on that slab. And what this is going to do is it's going to guarantee that I won't place anything on this while still not waterlogging, but irrigating all of these crops nearby. And gives a nice handy spot to put a torch as well. Get rid of that. And I'll probably make this bigger at some point, or maybe nicer looking, but for right now, I think it's going to be good as is. Let's get all the seeds that I've got. And this should be a big enough area to supply us with a fair amount of food in the meantime. And we'll just, as these, well, you know what? I don't want to sit and wait around for them. Okay, we can also, while we're here, swap the rest of these out with dirt. I could probably swap those 4 out as well, but maybe we'll leave those torches just for the torches on the stone, just for a little pizzazz. Right, so those are still showing as dark and irrigated with the water being gone for a couple minutes already. There we go. And we'll turn all of those to regular dirt. And then I got 3 more honeycomb from our bee nest over here. So we should be able to get some more wood and make a second beehive. And now, do I want to keep the... I think I will keep the bees in here because I already have all the grass and the flowers and everything. And I think what we'll just do is... let's just dig out a bit of an area this way. And we'll just line up some bee nests or beehives in here that hopefully will eventually get filled up with bees. Actually, let's hold these in our offhand for right now. That way, if any bees come out, we can steal their attention and breed them up. Nice, more iron. It's kind of funny. I went from having just way too much iron to maybe I got a little overzealous with the amount of minecart tracks I'd already placed because it was looking pretty bad. I only had to make the one stone pick though, so it did not end up quite as bad as I feared it would. But I think I'm gonna wait until I've got more iron before I start making a amount of rails and everything. It does feel nice to actually get the chance to eat from my own crop though. But let's just get this dug out a little bit wider. I'll probably just make, I don't know, another slightly, not organic, but I don't know. I'll make a unique shaped room and then I'll meet you guys back. All right, we've got a basic little room here. I think my plan is going to be that I'll put a beehive under each of these 4 sections here. So as I get more wax, I'll make a couple more. And then we'll just keep this little area. I think I'm gonna make some fences and fence gates so that way I can trap the bees in here. As of right now, I've only had the one bee come out, and it makes me wonder if we just got really unlucky and the original nest only spawned with one bee. If that's the case, then, well, basically I'm doing all this work for nothing until we ever get a second bee to spawn, or a second bee nest to spawn, so let's hope that's not the case. Otherwise, this guy's going to be a little bit lonely. Let's just get a few fences and fence gates going. 6, I want one more, and then I want a couple fence gates. I think something that I love about this style of Minecraft map is the transformation you see from going from a very everything is the exact same color, everything's gray, everything's underground, to slowly adding color and light and movement and depth to everything that's happening. Also, it looks like the bee snuck back inside of his nest. So I'm just gonna wait around until he comes back out, get him locked in here, and then I can shut the door and we can break that and start growing trees again. All right, he should stay in here, and now this is where we'll find out for sure if we got unlucky or not, which I suppose, do I have an escape plan? Not really. Let's find out. Yep, looks like we got unlucky. So just the one bee. I guess he can stay in there with his 2 nests, and doesn't look like he registered that I broke the original nest, so that's good. Let's get some more oak saplings going because I would love to have some more wood. And let's also, what do I have? I just have the 2 bone meal. I want to get some more flowers. Some to add into there on the floor. Well, I guess you can just have 3 poppies. Once this turns into grass, which the grass should be able to transfer under the fence post, then we can bone meal in there and get some flowers going for him as well. Get some more wheat seeds placed down, and let's head on down to the mine. I made a little bit of progress down here in terms of digging down into the deep slate layer. It's also gotten us a few new materials to work with in terms of mostly just decoration and building. So we have gotten into the deep slate layer, which gives us deep slate, of course. And then we also immediately dug into a diorite pocket. And then over here is where I had gotten the second gravel pit. So I'll probably turn this into another cave room. I kind of like the idea of, as I get these gravel pockets or other materials and I mine them out, turning those sections into basically letting the game generate that almost as the cave, except I'm digging the cave out. I'm finding what the world gen decided to let be my cave. So I'm gonna mine out all of this diorite. We'll see if maybe we get lucky and get some ores or something to spawn, but otherwise we'll just have this as another material to build with. All right, that actually took a lot longer than I expected. I figured it was going to be a smaller blob of diorite than what we had, but it's left us with a honestly really cool area that in some ways looks like just very natural Minecraft cave terrain generation, but then in other ways we've got like these kind of like windows that have sort of appeared. But I want to know your guys' guesses. How much diorite do you think I mined from this room? I mined out every single block except for this 2x3 staircase going up that we're going to have the minecart go on to. So I guess toss it down if you would like to play along. But it's 9.5 stacks of diorite, which means we've got a lot to play with, and I think I know what I would like to do with it, at least for some of it. Until we get gold, it's been a lot of running and jumping up and down this path where our minecart's gonna go. So I think I'm gonna have to run upstairs first, but I'm gonna turn a few stacks of it into polished diorite stairs, and we're gonna build up a staircase, so that way we don't have to jump the entire way up. So I can just walk the whole way until we get the minecart situated properly. All right, I am back with my diorite stairs, and we're just gonna be placing these, if I can place them correctly, just gonna be placing them going straight up this way, and this will be a much faster way to get up and down in the meantime. Hopefully, since we're in the deep slate layer now, which, to be fair, is not the typical deep slate layer, but it means that we're getting lower into the world, so hopefully that means we can get some gold soon. And this won't have to be a forever way to get up and down, but man, I need to just slow down with my placing, the amount that I am missing. But I'm gonna get the rest of this wrapped up, and then I'll be back down to mining. Well, this is awesome. I didn't even know this could actually generate, but I found a dirt pocket, it seems. So I guess there is more than one way to get dirt in this world. Unfortunately, it is more annoying to mine up than the gravel was, but at least I won't have to go through the process of converting this into coarse dirt and then back to dirt. It's a very tedious method, but, you know, at least we've had a way to get some grass growing throughout our place. Alright, looks like we got about a stack and a half of dirt out of that, so that'll be another decent amount to get us going with that. But I'm going to continue mining down. Hopefully we'll start coming across either redstone or gold or other ores, or if not, maybe we'll get lucky and come across one of the structures that are able to generate in this world, such as a mineshaft. Fun kind of byproduct of this specific world generation is getting ores like this deep slate coal ore, which in normal Minecraft gen is very rare. Like you'll rarely have ore generate high enough or low enough in the world where there's deep slate and coal at the same time. But we're at 87, so we're still above sea level as far as the game is figuring us out. Well, that wasn't any of my minecarts. It seems like the deeper down into the world that we go, the more often we're coming across these mineral blobs. I came up onto another dirt one, just, I don't know, maybe a dozen or so blocks up there, and then we've got another diorite and now an andesite one here. I'll mine these out and get all of their minerals off screen another time. Also, it seems really curious as well, since I had just noted about the deep slate coal ore. It seems like when ores develop while they're in these blobs, they develop with the stone texture instead of the deep slate texture. It's I don't know, it's just a lot of fun when you've been used to the game generating things a specific way so often, and that using vanilla resources, because this map is entirely vanilla made with the in-game custom super flat system, that you can, I don't know, really defy the way Minecraft usually works. It finally happened. We made it to almost the bottom of the world. We're at 15 blocks from before we go negative, and we finally found a mineshaft. Now this can be a big difference. For one, we're gonna get a lot of free rails out of it. Two, ores generate like crazy in these things. Let's see. Is it tiny? No. Awesome. Cool. And, well, mobs can spawn. So I need to run up to the surface. Hopefully we don't die on the way. Here, let me block that off. Guess I was all out of torches. But I need to run up to the surface, and I guess we don't have a lot of iron, but I'm gonna make a chest plate, maybe a shield, and I will meet you guys back down and we'll explore through this and see what all we can find. Alright, I made it back. I only had enough iron to get pants and a shield, so we're gonna have to be a little bit careful, but we can, if need be, smelt some more iron while we're down here. The biggest danger is the fact that we are fairly low in the world now, and this is realistically the only place where hostile mobs can spawn. So there's a pretty high likelihood that there's a good amount of them, and that's going to be a bit dangerous. So just going to continue forward a little bit at a time, lighting up, retreating as needed, and maybe we'll get lucky. And I don't want to find, I don't want to make a cave spider spawner if I can help it, but if we get lucky and find some other kind of spawner, maybe like skeletons or zombies that just happens to co-generate, would be very nice. I also don't have a lot of food, so there is a non-zero chance that I end up eating rotten flesh while we're down here. Oh, that's kind of cool. Awesome. That is our first sight of gold, which means we will finally be able to get at least a few powered rails going. For right now, I'm just gonna light everything up, and then I'll go through and collect all the resources after the fact. Let's get rid of him first. This could very well be our first diamonds of this world. In that chest, let's see. Just want to make sure there's no creepers or anything to sneak up behind me. Oh, never mind. We got diamonds right there. Ooh. Big scary room. Well, let's mine the first diamond. There we go. I'll probably be a little bit reserved on using diamonds in the meantime until we start to get a decent supply. Really don't want to fight this. Oh, and he hit me anyways. Oh my gosh. This is why I would rather not build a farm out of these guys if I can help it. Oh, come on. Shouldn't be able to kill me as long as it doesn't hit me again, but yeah, that poison effect and the fact that their hitboxes are so tiny. Absolutely one of the most frustrating mobs to fight in the game. Just mind this while I'm here. And good news is I've come across coal a couple of times, I think, and I can just gather wood from these to make more torches. Oh, well, I guess I already had some sticks on me. Come on, man. We got string, so that's nice, I suppose. Gravel, handful of sources of lava. I could use a bucket and any lava we come across to maybe make a nether portal early before we get all of our diamonds, but looks like I am going to need to... I'm going to need more food in order to finish this up, but thankfully we've got pumpkin seeds and beetroot seeds now, so while I'd rather not eat beetroot, pumpkin could be... well, actually I can't even eat pumpkin because I need sugar for that. Doesn't look like anything special down there, but I'm going to head back up, and this probably is going to be actually where I tie it off for today's episode, because this is going to be quite a bit of mining that's needed to do down here, and I'm going to need a lot of food for it. So I'll probably, in the meantime between episodes, I'll save exploring the rest of the mine shaft for the next time. But in the meantime, what I'll do, if I can even find my way back, I really don't want to die. But in the meantime, I will widen out more of the minecart path headed down, and then we'll come we'll come back and continue this next time once I've got more resources to work with. And just like that, the second I hit stop recording, of course, a creeper snuck up behind me and destroyed me. So this is absolutely where we're going to call it for today. I'm going to go get my stuff gathered back, get some food from our farm up here, and we will be ready to go on a more proper adventure in the next episode. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't, like and comment if you want to, and bye. Okay, one last little bit. Call this a, I don't know, post-credit scene if you want, but there was another beehive finally spawned, so I got them to follow me in with the flower, and then when I broke their nest, now they're just in here mad at me, and they keep doing this funny little somersault trying to attack me through the fence. I think they'll calm down over time, but I don't know, it's just kind of adorable watching them fly around upside down thinking they're attacking me. Okay, that's all. Goodbye.